Next slide. And of course, I still haven't mastered how to add sound, but it doesn't really matter, because what's important is, like with indicators of interest, is being able to see them. Indicators of interest are conscious and unconscious habits or gestures or how women behave around a man whom they are interested or attracted or excited by. And watching her watch this man speak, it's not how you normally do it. And they're also in front of a lot of cameras. And Margot Robbie, who's a actress, and I think he was a director or producer, is listening to him speak. And what he's talking about is just this movie they did together. But watching her watch him, and you see this in a number of interactions, between men and women that we've used as examples. She's watching his mouth. She's locked in. She's not paying attention to anything else. And it's an indicator of interest. And if you can't spot indicators of interest, if you can't spot where a girl's fidgeting, where she's rubbing her arm, where she's touching her mouth, and I'm sure if they kept running this, there's more of that. She's giggling. She's watching everything off of him. She moves. He stops. All kinds of indicators of interest. And if you don't know how to spot these, you're running around going, I don't know if she likes me. I can't tell. And girls are like giving you indicators of interest, and you can't even pick up on them because you don't know what to look for, and you have to practice. And I have an entire book on that called Indicators of Interest at fortworthplayboy.gumroad.com. And I'll probably put a link underneath this video. But watching her watch him gives you an idea that if you're aware of it, you'll be able to pick it up. And what he would do is where he sees, and she's always locked in on him, you're going to be aware of that. And there'll be they come in clusters. There'll be other indicators of interest. But this is a good example. And even though she's a world famous actress, and I think I think she was in the Barbie movie, she's well known. She's still a girl. When I say, has anybody ever banged a celebrity? And the guys that have jumped in, they were just in the proximity. They met her at a party. They met the girl that was a celebrity or very well known. And it was mostly just a normal pickup, but they were in proximity. So women of all ilks, of all statures, they do this naturally. It is a natural reaction to being attracted to a man or a high value man that's within their midst. And it's not always their boyfriend. It's not always, the guy, because there's even one where like Jeff Bezos, his girlfriend's talking to Leonardo DiCaprio, and she can't not lock in on him and giggle and laugh and, fawn over him, because it's a natural evolved response that she can't really stop when a woman is around a high value man that she finds attractive. So know your indicators of interest. You only have to be able to pick them up, but you do need to know what they are. And every guy that's ever bought this book will actually write me and go, man, she sat down right next to me. I'd never seen her before. She asked to borrow a pen. She's giggling. She listened to all. I've never thought I was more funny. And you will be, and they go, and then I just got up and left, or I didn't get her number. And you find out later that, this was indicators of interest. Well, she balanced her. How would you feel being her husband and seeing her look at the guy like that? Oh, isn't she married? I don't know. And I don't know enough background on her, but that's not unusual. I mean, women, even if they're with their husband, a lot of this is automatic. It doesn't mean she wants to sleep with this man or cheat on her husband. It means that it's kind of like if you're in a hot room and you start sweating, it is a natural reaction that is unconscious unless you're super aware of it. Most people are not that aware of themselves. A reaction to being around a man who is of high value or of interest, or interesting, I should say. They can't, I mean, there's so many things of like news reporters that are like hardcore liberals. And then when Trump walks in the room, the girls are like giggling and laughing and running up to him and hugging him in front of their husbands, who are other, Democrats. And the foot's going up and the girls were like laughing and giggling while Trump just is himself. You see it all the time. It's unconscious and literally you can't stop it. Bunny may know more about, maybe she goes, hey, I'm losing my mind here. But again, it's unconscious and you can use it to your advantage. You need to know what these things are and be able to catch them as they're happening in real time. And you will quickly realize that there's more girls interested in you than you realize. Most guys just are clueless to indicators of interest and they're very foundational. So that's Margot Robbie showing her indicators of interest for this gentleman that's right next to her.